This channel is supported by TrueFire. TrueFire is an online library of lessons from some of my favourite players. There's thousands of lessons on there. You can use the promo code JNC40 to get 40% off of any of their courses. Okay, it's Sunday, and that means that I try and talk you through some sort of jazz tune that may have been something I really loved in the past. And today it is one of those tunes. It's a tune, Emily. Now, no one has requested this. I think the first time I would have heard this tune is either by Bill Evans or by Julian Lage. I'm going to show you how I would play something simple around this, talk through some of the theory. It's not going to be a video that's going to go super well on YouTube, so if you could leave a comment and let me know that you want me to continue doing this sort of thing, or if you've got something out of this, you know, like, subscribe, all that stuff, and hopefully that'll be enough momentum to keep these things going in this way. Patreon will be the place where you can get the backing track, and I'll also put together kind of the tab and notation of the chord melody if you want that. If you're interested in hearing a version of this tune, which I think is surprisingly pretty, Barbra Streisand actually has an amazing version. Anyway, the key that one starts off in is in A, and I think that key suits it on guitar quite nicely. So the first thing, I've talked about this before, on True Fire, great jazz guitarist Martin Taylor has some stuff talking about how he's put together personally his approach to chord melody. I would really recommend that. If you're interested in seeing how someone expert at this would do it, I'm just going to show you how my approach would be as a non-expert. I think there's also some use in seeing someone who's still working on the thing going through this kind of process. But for me, the first couple of days would be spent listening to versions of the tune. So like I say, that Barbra Streisand thing, just trying to soak it in. And for me, the melody is what I hang everything else off of. So for that first day or two, I would just be trying to play the melody until I can't make a mistake. Right, and you follow your ear through the melody. You could also write it out if you feel like doing that. But I try to get this to the stage where it's kind of just a subconscious thing that I can place the melody on the fretboard. So that for me is my first step. Then from there I start to listen to where is the bass line, what are the chords to this, and I then hang that off of the melody in the way that I'm about to show you. So our first opening part like that. We have that repeating melody, which could be played down here, or there. So find a way that works for you to play that. So for me, that might be something like that. So there I'm playing the 9 there on the 9th fret on the D string, our 3rd on the 6th fret on the G string, so that's our first melody note, and then our next chord is like an F sharp minor, so I could do that quite nicely there with the triad, so 9th fret, 7th fret, 6th fret, and then a B minor, so 7th fret, 7th fret, 6th fret, and then find an E. So that all works quite nicely up there. You could equally do it down here. Or so a few different ways to play it, but I quite like that, I think. Or and then we need to fall down to like an E minor. That works quite nicely for me. So you get so E there on the 7th fret to, so this is like a 2-5 into D. So an E minor, 7th fret, 5th fret, our melody there. Or you could play that. just with a straightforward A in the bass. Then rise up, 4, 6, 2 is that an A13, so 5th fret, 5th fret, 6th fret, I think. Yeah, up here on the 7th fret, down to a D. I think then I play that triad, so D triad, so 5th fret, 4th fret, 2nd fret, to like a G7 sharp 11, and that kind of 3rd fret, and then the melody note there on the 2nd fret, and you could have the sharp 11 in the top if you want. And then from there, so that's all to me. Basically, we go in A, except for that it's like a 2/5 into D, and then that would be from our D melodic minor home. And then from there we actually resolve to F sharp major in first inversion, so at 6th fret, 4th fret, 6th fret, what? 6th fret, not fret. And then to our F sharp major or G flat, however you want to think about it. So G flat, first inversion, E flat minor, so 6th fret, 4th fret, 6th fret, and then our melody note goes 4, 6, 4. So we're then on our chord 2, 8 flat minor. Like that. So we get like a chord 1, chord 6, chord 2, chord 5, and then our G flat major turns into a F sharp minor. So I would play it down here, all on the 2nd fret, rise up 4th, 2, up to a B, I think. Yeah, like that. So play the 13 if you want, or and then to our B minor, to an augmented version of chord 5, our E, 7, 6, 5, and then you repeat the same thing again, right? So we get something like this. Just to recap: B minor to E minor, A to D, then resolve to G flat major, E flat minor, chord 2, F sharp minor, B7, B minor, to our E augmented, and then we can just repeat again. And then we fall down to an A7, and our melody, I might play that in 5ths, 6ths, sorry. Down to our chord 4, so you could just play that in our straightforward D major 7, then down to a C sharp 7, because we're going to now resolve into our F sharp minor, and so like this. So from this F sharp minor, and then we're going to quickly resolve into C sharp minor via G sharp major. So F sharp minor, I'd be playing kind of 2 along with a bar. And then for our G sharp 7, 4th fret, and then 3rd and sharp 5 on the 5th. And then our C sharp minor, I play like this. Like that, sorry. So 4th fret, 4th fret, 5th fret, 7th fret. Then to F sharp 13, like that. 2, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to turn this back to our B minor. So 4th, 4th, 3rd. Chord 5. So E, 7, 7. And then resolve to an A. And then we want a passing chord to get us back to B minor, so an F sharp. Like this, so 9, 8, 7, 5. And then B minor, so 7, 7, 7, 10. And then we've got a temporary 2, 5, 1 in C, so the D minor, G, then that quite works nicely to drop to our chord 3. So on the 4th fret, 2nd fret, 4th, 5th. And from there, we need that F sharp again, F sharp, to our B minor. So all together, if I can just run through it quickly. And then that bit there. Something like that could work really nicely. So all around, I think one of my favourite jazz standards, and I say this pretty much every time, but for me it's all about the ballads, and there is none quite as beautiful as Emily. And that part there specifically, where we resolve into that G flat major. So anyway, yeah, Patreon will be the place if you want to check that one out, and the backing track. I love playing this tune. I think it's incredible. You know, if you just play that as a solo guitarist, it just sounds really nice if you play the right notes. I'll catch you in another video soon. Please feel free to like and subscribe.